Hello bachcho, how are you? I want to talk all of my friends who are in 10th grade and 12th grade. I want to talk all those friends who are in India and who are not in India. I want to talk all those friends who are giving board exam and CBSE exam. So I want to talk to all of my 10th and 12th grade students. I know your preparation is going well, jabardast, but still I have been asked by parents and by students, how can we improve? The good part is that I try to understand that what exactly problems are being faced by the students when they write the exam, and especially the board exam. So I'm going to address exactly the same thing, that how with small tips you can improve your percentage, and that too very significantly. So I'm going to tell you 7 tips, and those 7 tips will give you at least a jump of 10%. So if you are at 70, you can go up to 80%, and if you are at 80%, you can be 90%. So just listen those tips very carefully. I have made a very short and crispy and direct video for you so that you can take care of those 7 small tips and you can be a big scorer. Okay, number 1, be positive. Stay cool when you're going to write the exam. Now what happens that when you are going to write an exam and suddenly at the moment at the gate your friend comes and he or she say that, did you read that, did you read that, did you study that, did you? Gossipings actually put you into the state which is basically negative, and you start thinking, oh my god, I haven't done that, I haven't done that, and you become very tensed. What I would suggest is that whatever you have done, whatever you have studied, whatever you have done is done, finish. Now do not listen to anybody gossip, and do not allow yourself to listen any negative talk during that time. Okay, now important is that still you are not in that positive state and cool. How you can make that? Here is a very important tip. What is that? Make yourself positive. You can give auto suggestions to your mind to become positive. That is called positive self-talk. How you can do that? While going to the examination hall, before appearing for the exam, you should tell yourself, I am the best, 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 I have done everything, my memory is sharp, I will write nice exam, my exam is going to be very perfect. So say those all positive auto suggestions to your mind to make you positive man. Before you enter, you should be very much positive, because positive mind can give you better results than that of negative mind. So this is important tip number 1, be positive before you start writing the exam. So now tip number 2. Tip number 2 is that when you get a question paper, do not jump and start writing the paper in the same sequence how it is being given. Okay, so once you read the examination paper, you do better planning that how you want to write the exam. I'll tell you that you will be given time to read the question paper. Once you read the question paper, divide it into at least 3 parts. So number 1 part is those questions where you can write the answers fluently. Everything is here, you can quickly write it. Number 2 part is that where you have to think a little. You are not very much sure, but still you will put your stress to your mind, you will write it. So that is number 2. And number 3, which you think it is completely not coming into your mind at this moment, maybe you will put pressure and then something will come. So those are number 3. So divide it into 3 sections and start writing with those questions where you can do well. Generally what happened that students starts writing in sequence. Number 1, good. Number 2, they are thinking, and you're wasting time. So stop doing that. Plan it. Number 1, perfect. Number 2, little bit. Number 3, where you have to put stress. So divide it into 3 and write accordingly. And remember, it does not matter that which you're going to answer first and which you're going to answer second. That does not matter. Only thing is that you should plan accordingly. Only thing is that it should be fluent. Only thing is that you should do not waste your time in thinking because you have a very limited time, and during that limited time you have to perform all the questions. Your examination paper has been made so that if you write continuously, then only you can perform the whole paper. You have to understand that if you will waste your time into thinking, you will lose some questions. So that is tip number 2. Here is tip number 3. Write your exam in neat and clean handwriting till the end. Okay, what happens is that you are in very much tension and you want to perform quickly one after another, all those things you want to write it. But during that speed, take care that your speed does not affect your handwriting. I'll give you small tips. What do you mean by handwriting? Handwriting is basically nothing but easily and clearly readable something. That's all. Now I'll tell you the reason why, because you do not know that who is going to check your answer sheet, and that teacher is not aware about your handwriting. So be very clear, very neat. I'll tell you how you can do that. Number 1 is that when you write letters, so try to make it in a same height. Should not be one big, one small, one elephant, one mouse. Okay. Second, very important is that always keep some distance between word to word. Just word, 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 word. Keep distance and you will see your answers will be very easily and nicely visible. So teacher will love, because teacher don't have to give too much stress and he or she will give you more marks for that. So always take care to write it very neat and very clean till the end of the paper. So this was number 3 tip, which is very much important. It can give you extra marks. Remember that. So here is tip number 4. What is tip number 4? Do not give one word answer unless it is asked for. I'll tell you what exactly. You want to jump to the next one to reply it very fast, and in that sequence sometimes you forget how to write. So suppose you have been asked that where is the Taj Mahal in India. So you do not write Agra, full stop, and go to the next. No. So you should write that Taj Mahal is located in Agra. Taj Mahal is situated in Agra. Do not write Agra. So it is very important, do not write small answers unless it is mentioned accordingly. So what it means, that try to write as much you are required to write. If it is a one line answer, put one line. If it is one paragraph, one paragraph. If it is like a long answer, you should give long answer. Do not use shortcuts and do not use short forms also. Remember, you are not chatting with your friend on WhatsApp. You are not sending anything on Facebook. This is an exam and you have to write exactly clear in a big way as much as you can. So this was the tip number 4. Well, so here you go, tip number 5. What is tip number 5? Tip number 5 is that always put headings and underline them whenever there is something important you want to express. So in the question it has been asked about 3 major points, and you know what are those 3 major points. Try to express it in your answer and put those points as a heading. It makes a big impact. When you put a heading at the center and you underline that and then you start writing about it, the teacher come to know that student is well aware about those 3 major points, and that's why he or she don't have to dig out actually that what he or she is looking for, but because teacher is not having that much time to go deep and deep and deep and check that whether you know the answer or not, and you know what, the teacher is actually looking for that particular word, that particular line, so that the teacher will come to know that you are aware about that one. So when something important comes, always take a chance to write it at the heading, put it underline, so that what you want to highlight, it is always there. So highlight those things which you want to highlight and make it as a heading and underline. It makes a big impact. It will give you extra marks for sure. So here we go, tip number 6. What is tip number 6? Now you understood that neat and clean handwriting is necessary. You understood that headlines are important. Now, one very important thing is that when you are writing a long answer, always put that long answer not in one paragraph, but in 2 or 3 or 4 paragraphs. I'll tell you how. Every paragraph you can make of 4, 3 or 5 sentences, not more than that. 2 sentences is very short, but 3 sentences you can make 1 paragraph, or 4 you can make 1 paragraph. Always put your answers in short paragraphs. It is easy to read, easy to understand, and it looks clean as well. If your answer is written in small paragraphs, it will give a very good impression. If you have seen any novel or any book, remember that everything is written in small paragraphs. Same thing you have to implement in your answers. Always remember that teacher is looking for easy handwriting. If you will make them happy, what they are looking for, they will give you for sure more marks. So this was tip number 6. So last but not the least, tip number 7. What is tip number 7? Draw as much as you can. As much as you can. Whenever you get an opportunity to draw something, please draw it. Because I'll tell you, picture speaks louder than the words. Maybe you have observed that your book is not designed by only text. It is having so many pictures. Picture means it is something which strikes the mind immediately. So forget about that. How is your drawing? It's not a drawing class. If it is a science, if it is a maths, or even in geography, or in English or Hindi, if you think that one picture can tell more than your words, just draw it. Does not matter how good or how bad it is. Do not put too much time on it. Just draw by pencil, sketch it and finish it. So this picture will give you more marks. We have seen that just by drawing pictures, you will definitely secure more marks. Maybe 1-2% extra. So this is very important thing. It was tip number 7. So I'm sure that with your same amount of knowledge, with your same amount of hard work, just by keeping these 7 points in your mind, you can score more. So be very cautious about these 7 points. Always think that small things can make big results. So keep cool, keep calm, and I'm sure you're going to do something big, something good. So wish you all the very best to all the students across India and across the globe. I recently authored a book, From Dreaming to Achieving in Life. It is a super book which is having 7 secrets to achieve anything in the life. From wherever you are to wherever you want to go, you can achieve through those steps. How to dream, how to set the goal, how to do the planning, and how to verbalize and visualize, and finally how to achieve. Those are mentioned in a very nice way. I strongly recommend everybody should read it, but not now. Not now. After the exam, I strongly recommend that it is for you. So I'll give you the link of that book, and make sure that when you want that book, let me know. So I'll give you a special discount, a special offer for all the students. So you will definitely score high in the life as well. I'm really thankful for all those guys who enjoyed the book and all those guys who want to enjoy the book. So wish you again all the very best for your exam. Bye. See you.